Before the fame, before the millions of screaming fans, there was almost nothing. Justin Bieber's story almost ended before it even began. A scared teenage girl, a life-changing decision, and a future superstar who was nearly never born. This isn't just another celebrity story. This is survival. This is struggle. And this is the real story behind Justin Bieber's unbelievable journey. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're ready for the truth. And now, let's begin. Justin Bieber almost never got the chance to exist. His mother, Patty Millett, was just 17 when she found out she was pregnant. Alone, scared, with no support, the pressure was unbearable. Some even told her to end the pregnancy, but she refused. She fought through depression, addiction, and homelessness, determined to bring Justin into the world. And when he was born on March 1st, 1994, in a tiny hospital in Stratford, Ontario, she had no idea that her little boy would one day change music forever. Patty was just a teenager, raising a child with no father in sight. Every day was a battle. Money was tight. Sometimes she couldn't even afford basic necessities. She worked low-paying jobs, doing whatever it took to put food on the table. But no matter how tough life got, there was one thing that kept her going. Justin. Even as a baby, he was different. He would hum before he could even talk, tapping rhythms on anything he could find. Patty saw the spark in her son, and deep down she believed he was meant for something bigger. But dreams don't pay the bills. And soon, life was about to test them even harder. Raising a child alone wasn't just hard. It was exhausting. Some nights, Patty would cry herself to sleep, wondering if she'd made the right choice. She was just a kid herself, with no stable income, no real plan, and a baby depending on her for everything. She relied on food banks, government assistance, and the kindness of strangers. Every dollar mattered. Every meal was a blessing. But no matter how broke they were, Patty made one promise: Justin would never feel unloved. And despite everything, Justin grew up happy. His childhood wasn't filled with luxury, but it was filled with music. And soon, that music would change everything. By the time Justin was 12, he was already showing signs of his musical talent. He didn't just sing. He played multiple instruments: drums, piano, guitar. The streets of Stratford became his stage. On weekends, he would perform outside the Avon Theatre, drawing small crowds of strangers who couldn't believe what they were hearing. His voice was powerful, his presence magnetic. But even with all his talent, Justin didn't have the connections. He didn't have a manager. But what he did have? The internet. In 2007, Patty started uploading Justin's performances to YouTube. What began as a way to share his talent with family soon became something much bigger. One of Justin's videos, just a cover of So Sick by Nayo, caught the attention of a few thousand people. Those few thousand and would change his life. As Justin's videos started going viral, something incredible happened. The numbers kept climbing. But it wasn't just fans who took notice. One fateful day, a man named Scooter Braun clicked on one of Justin's videos. He was hooked. Scooter was a talent manager, and he saw something in Justin that no one else had. So he took a chance. He tracked down Justin and Patty and convinced them to fly to Atlanta. He didn't just want to manage Justin, he wanted to make him a star. But breaking into the industry wasn't easy. Labels weren't sure about signing a 13-year-old kid. They weren't sure if Justin could be more than just a viral sensation. But one person believed in him: Usher. Usher met Justin, saw the potential, and helped push him into the spotlight. And that's when it happened. The world had no idea what was coming. In 2009, Justin released his first single, One Time. It wasn't just a song, it was the spark that ignited the fire. The moment people realized this wasn't just another YouTube sensation, and then came Baby. In 2010, Justin Bieber was everywhere. From the radio to TV screens, his face was plastered across every magazine. The world was hooked. His debut album, My World 2.0, went platinum, and Justin became a global icon. Fans, now called Beliebers, were screaming his name in every corner of the globe. But it wasn't just about the fame. Justin was a teen living a dream, but the pressure was mounting. As the tours got bigger and the crowds louder, something darker started to creep in. His innocence was fading, and with fame came the weight of expectations. The world was watching, but with fame came scrutiny. Every move, every word, every mistake, magnified by the media. Justin was no longer just a pop star. He was a target. As the years went on, his personal life became public fodder. Legal issues, run-ins with the law, and reckless behavior made headlines almost daily. His once clean image was being shattered, and the pressure was overwhelming. The constant spotlight was too much. He was no longer the boy who sang on the streets. He was a teenager with the world at his feet, but no way to handle it. Justin spiraled. The teen sensation that everyone loved seemed to be falling apart. Fans questioned if they were seeing the end of his career. He was losing control, and nobody knew how he was going to come back. Then, Justin disappeared. For months, he stepped away from the chaos, distancing himself from the media and the fame that had once consumed him. During this time, Justin faced his demons. He struggled with his mental health, with loneliness, with finding his purpose again. But instead of giving up, he began to rebuild, piece by piece. In 2015, Justin returned, but this time he wasn't the same. His music had evolved. The pressure to be perfect had faded. And with the release of his album Purpose, Justin not only reclaimed his career, but he did so with a new sense of authenticity. Songs like Sorry, What Do You Mean, and Love Yourself were not just hits, they were a declaration of his growth. He was no longer the boy who was trying to fit into the world. He was a man telling his story on his terms. The world watched in awe as Justin proved he wasn't just another flash in the pan. He was here to stay. Justin's transformation didn't just stop with his music. In 2018, he made another major life change. He married Hailey Baldwin. Their love story was unexpected, but it was a clear sign of his new beginning. He wasn't the troubled teen anymore. He was a man finding peace in his personal life. But even with his personal growth, life wasn't perfect. Justin continued to battle his mental health, and the pressure of being a public figure was still there. He spoke openly about his struggles, about the loneliness that came with fame, and about the importance of faith and family. His marriage to Hailey wasn't just a headline. It was a symbol of his commitment to healing and building something real amidst the chaos. And in the face of everything, Justin kept pushing forward. He channeled his experiences into his music, with albums like Changes and Justice marking his new era. In 2025, Justin Bieber's journey continues, but it's clear that the road hasn't been easy. Despite the success, the millions of fans, and the wealth, Justin's life has been marked by emotional turbulence. Behind the public smiles and the stage performances, Justin has faced battles that go beyond the surface. He has spoken openly about his mental health struggles, depression, anxiety, and a deep feeling of being lost at times. Even with his incredible career and a family that loves him, he's learned that success doesn't erase the emotional scars. In fact, the journey to self-acceptance and healing is ongoing. His latest music reflects this raw vulnerability. Justice and his more recent releases are filled with introspection and honesty, showing that the man who once sang about love and heartbreak now sings about healing and finding inner peace. In 2025, Justin is a man still trying to figure it all out. But the difference now is that he's more grounded. He's actively working on himself, through therapy, through his faith, and by surrounding himself with people who genuinely care about his well-being. It's been a journey of highs and lows, but Justin's story is far from over. It's a journey of embracing his flaws, his imperfections, and the reality that true happiness comes not from fame, but from self-love and authenticity. And though the road ahead may still be difficult, Justin's resilience has never been more evident. He's not just looking for peace, he's building it, one day at a time. Justin Bieber may still be in the process of healing, but the world is watching as he continues to grow. His journey is ongoing. It's messy, it's real, and it's beautiful. This is Justin's truth, and no matter what, he's showing us all that even in our darkest moments, there's always a chance for a new beginning. As we look back on Justin Bieber's journey, we're reminded that life isn't a straight path. It's full of twists, turns, heartbreak, and healing. Through every challenge, every setback, and every breakthrough, Justin has shown the world what it truly means to fight for yourself, to rise from the ashes, and to embrace who you are, flaws and all. His story is far from over. Every step he takes is part of a greater journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and unwavering resilience. Justin Bieber is living proof that no matter where you are in life, there's always room for growth, redemption, and hope. So, as we close this chapter of his journey, one thing is clear: Justin Bieber's best days are ahead. The story is still unfolding, and we're all here, watching, cheering, and believing in his evolution. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.